Did sparks fly all the way back in 2022? Was Sutton Foster swooning over Hugh Jackman before their rumored romance even started? Fans certainly think so. And now, thanks to a resurfaced interview, it seems there may have been a hint or two hiding in plain sight all along. 2 years before the whispers and raised eyebrows, before their respective divorces, Sutton Foster was on Late Night with Seth Meyers, sitting right next to the one and only Hugh Jackman. And let's just say, she had a lot to say about her Broadway co-star, and it was nothing short of dreamy. Remember that interview? Sutton couldn't stop raving about working with Hugh on the Music Man revival, calling it a dream come true. Hugh was right there, teasing her with a grin, saying, "You had to say that, but thank you." To which Sutton responded, laughing, "I did, but was it just professional praise? Or could this have been a peek into the spark between them?" She went on saying, "It's a dream come true, truly." It was all smiles, banter, and an undeniable chemistry radiating off the screen. And now that they're rumored to be together, people are wondering if sparks have been flying as far back as their first joint performance on Broadway, as far back as 2022, when Sutton and Hugh had just started performing together in The Music Man. Hugh Jackman revealed how he had not worked on a musical in 18 years, not since he last performed in The Boy from Oz. He shared with New York Theater Guide how excited he was to be back, gushing about the entire experience. And then, just like Sutton, he couldn't resist singing her praises. "Sutton Foster is just a dream," he said. "Really, Hugh? Just a dream? Or maybe something more?" Maybe he was giving us all a glimpse of what would come 2 years later.
Bye!
If you're thinking this sounds like the perfect backdrop for a Broadway romance, you're not alone. Both are seasoned pros with roots in musical theater, and both are no strangers to long days and late nights perfecting their craft. For anyone who's followed their work, Sutton and Hugh's chemistry isn't surprising. They're both well-loved for their down-to-earth charm and captivating stage presence. But did The Music Man set the stage for something more than just friendship? Now fans are looking back at every interaction, every offhand comment, and every look between them as a possible clue. Then there's the recent news that Sutton just filed for divorce from her husband of 10 years, screenwriter Ted Griffin. Is it a coincidence that she and Hugh are now both single and spending more time together than ever? After all, Hugh announced his split from Deborah Lee Furness after 27 years of marriage just last year. Could it be that life's twists and turns brought them both to the same place, single and ready to see if there's something real between them? And according to insiders close to the Broadway world, the romance rumors are far from baseless. In fact, sources told Page 6 that Sutton and Hugh have fallen in love. Really, they've fallen in love and are 100% together and want to spend the rest of their lives together. That's not just a fling. That's a full-blown romance. But even though it's basically an open secret that they're an item at this point, I mean, who am I kidding? All those rumors and not a shred of love. Even Shrek would frown at that. But on a more serious note, insiders recently revealed that they've both been taking extra measures to stay out of the public eye, at least for now. But why are they trying so hard to keep things under covers anyway? Hugh Jackman has always been a very private person, so it wouldn't be totally surprising if they're only trying to, why all the hush-hush? Are they trying to keep things under wraps while they sort things out? People around them all know they're together, but that doesn't mean they're ready to say "I do" just yet. Outside of the big screen, these two are more alike than you might think. Both Hugh and Sutton are adoptive parents, which probably makes their bond even stronger. Hugh has 2 kids he adopted from his ex-wife, Oscar, who's 24, and Ava, who's 19. Sutton and her ex-husband, Ted Griffin, adopted their daughter, Emily, who's now 7. For both of them, family is super important, and it's clear they have a tight connection in that area. Perhaps this would explain why they connected in the first place. A love for family, a love for the arts, and my God, they've got way too much in common. It sounds like they're meant to be together.
Our first guests tonight are Tony Award-winning actors who currently star in The Music Man, which is playing at the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway. Please welcome back to the show Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman, everybody.
And to make things even more interesting, Sutton has been a big fan of Hugh before anyone even thought of them as a couple. In another 2022 interview with Vogue, Sutton described Hugh in glowing terms, calling him the hardest working man and incredibly kind and generous. She didn't stop there. She went on to say he has this way of disarming everyone and doesn't make anything about him. Wait, was she not so secretly crushing on him back then? Because to say someone disarms everyone and still manages to make everyone feel important sounds a lot like admiration. And she revealed they'd even spent Memorial Day together with their families. Just friends back then? Or was that holiday weekend already stirring up something more? Sutton kicked off her acting journey and quickly became a star as the main girl in Thoroughly Modern Millie. She's also won the Tony Award twice. Hugh Jackman gave us some unforgettable shows in Les Miserables, The Greatest Showman, and of course, The Boy from Oz. They're both big on art, and it's fun to think about them getting together over their love for live shows, the tough work, and the non-stop drive to make it big on Broadway. There's been a lot of talk about a secret love story between Sutton and Hugh since they were on stage together, and let's just say Broadway insiders got wind of it pretty quickly. They're 100% together and in love, a source told Page Six. So, are we talking about a full-on romance that's blossomed behind the scenes? Apparently, yes. But why are they so hush-hush about it? According to sources, the couple is still going strong, but they're doing everything possible to keep things out of the public eye. Is it for privacy? Or are they just trying to keep Broadway buzzing? Now, the timing couldn't be more intriguing. Just this week, Sutton filed for divorce from her husband, screenwriter Ted Griffin, marking a new chapter for her. Could she be clearing the path for a future with Hugh? And if that's not juicy enough, both Hugh and Sutton have adopted children. Sutton and Ted are proud parents to daughter Emily, while Hugh shares Oscar, 24, and Ava, 19, with his ex, Deborah Lee Furness. The stage just seems perfectly set for these two, right? But don't think this romance is just a sudden fling. Hugh and Sutton share a lot in common beyond the bright lights of Broadway. They both have built their careers in musical theater, using their talents to wow audiences with singing and dancing. Sutton's resume is stacked, from starring in Grease's Sandy to headlining Thoroughly Modern Millie, and even donning the iconic green look of Princess Fiona in Shrek the Musical. And on TV, she's had a long-running lead role on the hit series Younger. This romance comes on the heels of Hugh's own high-profile split. After 27 years of marriage, Hugh and Deborah Lee Furness announced their separation last year. The former couple issued a joint statement saying their journey now is shifting, and we have decided to separate to pursue our individual growth. Sounds pretty amicable, but it definitely raises eyebrows now that Hugh seems to be moving on with a Broadway star like Sutton. So, how does this all end? Could Sutton and Hugh be Broadway's next power couple? Or is this just a passionate friendship that's been misinterpreted? For now, it seems like they're keeping fans in suspense. After all, they've both been careful to keep any romance out of the spotlight. No red carpet appearances, no grand declarations, just quiet nights away from the cameras. Are they just being cautious, or are they savoring the early stages of something truly magical? And if this relationship does go public, will we look back at those 2022 interviews and see them in a whole new light? Until then, fans can only speculate, read between the lines, and wait for a telltale sign. Maybe it'll be another joint appearance, a candid Instagram post, or, who knows, maybe a duet. After all, Broadway stars do love a grand finale, and something tells us the world hasn't seen the last of this love story. In the meantime, those old interviews give us plenty to chew on. The playful banter, the sincere admiration, the shared laughs. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.